this is one that I did last year when I was here. It was the first time I think I've done it live, but I've tweaked it a little bit since. And it's really about, basically when I left school back in Clacton, so I grew up in Clacton-on-sea, and woo, all the Clacton people in, what's that, 2 of you? No, I grew up there and there was no work when I left school there. And so basically a lot of us would end up just leaving school and just signing on the dole for a few years, you know, until we sort of got ourselves sorted or basically moved away really. But they used to put you on these CV writing courses. And basically they put you on these courses. It was essentially to massage the dole figures at the time. This was in the 90s. And what they'd make you do was effectively take any tiny little bit of experience that you had and basically bullshit it up as much as possible, right? So if you'd had a paper round when you were a kid, they'd go, well, don't put you had a paper round, put that you were a current affairs distribution officer. Something like that. So really what they were trying to do is make you more employable by filling your CV full of guff. So essentially, this is called Guff CV and it's about that phenomena. I don't know if it still goes on, it might do, I have no idea. So anyway, Guff CV. I've been working really terrible jobs with appalling salaries, so I've decided to sit down today and write a Guff CV. And listing work experience seems like the place to start. I'll make the most of what I have, a CV work of art. In a cake making factory, it always seemed to fall to me during breaks in mouldy marzipan monkey hands to make the tea. But how can I spin that and embolden with grandeur? I know, I'll call it hydration and filtration manager. And I once worked in the kitchen of a local restaurant, doing nothing fancy, just washing up the pots. But how can I better frame this for the CV connoisseur? I'll say it's Senior Bacterial Eradication Officer. One year when I was younger, I delivered the Yellow Pages, traipsing round for hours on end. It took me bloody ages. But how can I jazz this up a bit? Have I really got the front to call it Telecommunications Index Distribution Consultant? So now I've got a CV that's much stronger than before. I've got some interviews lined up and was confident for more. I rock up in my suit and tie, get my foot right in the door, though I do fear probing questions on the jobs I've had before. Most every time I interviewed it'd go well at the start, but then the piercing questions came and blew my rooms apart. To tell the truth for once, I was close to throwing in the towel, but I had one more in the diary, so I thought, oh, what the hell. So I turn up in this office, leather chairs, oak panelled walls, various beheaded beasts follow me with their eyeballs. There was one of those globe drinks cabinets. I always like the look of those. A powdered mirror on the desk, most likely for the nose. My interviewer gets me off guard with his opening gambit. This CV's full of lies and balls and absolute horse shit. I mumble an apology. I guess I ought to leave. Au contraire, the job is yours of Conservative MP.